been like 5 times today where Pugsy's had 5 knockouts to himself. So, yeah, kind of a problem. And a big problem with that, of course, happening right here on Blackguard Keep.
This is going to be a big match, so there is the possibility for major separation between all of these players where we could possibly have 3 different 1v1s, but we also have some serious 2v2 players here on these teams who have achieved the greatest greats in all of Brawlhalla history, so they may just really opt for that 2v2 and then the 1v1, or Pugsy's just going to grab a super early KO like that, at least in game 1. The problem player so far, if you're red, is going to be Pugsy.
My early look at what was happening was Cody's ability to kind of slow down Phazon for a sec. And then the blue team just got a hold of Luna. And, of course, it ends up being the teammate breakup there. It was Pugsy who ended up smacking Luna off the screen.
Now, Cody is over here with the attempt to take out Pugsy. Pugsy going over back to the middle of the stage as far away from the blast zones as possible. We're seeing a lot of damage coming out onto the blue team. We could see a full team wipe soon. But also, dude, Luna is dangerously close to going onto his second stock when really only a minute has passed in this game. Pugsy's going to fall. Phazon's going to fall. Seeing the dare coming out from Cody, they aren't able to hold on to that and actually get the stock away from Snowy.
And the most difficult part, too, is when you go back to chalk it up later, if things do fall for the red team for any reason, right? Luna's put on actually a good amount of damage. I've seen him involved in many team combos. He's just taken so much after he finishes 10 team combos that it's been costing him. But you have both Java and Cody Travis not giving up their stocks at all. Pugsy has dropped 2 already. Amazing switch ups. Luna could be also giving up another one right now. All of the red team currently on the left. Snowy gonna have to dip out but gets the reverse hit of that recovery to get at least 1.
Java's going to fall. They're going to be looking for this KO on Luna. You saw Phazon was hunting for it. Can they take out Cody here as well and get the team wipe?
I think it's not going to be too far off. You see Phazon hovering back to try and go for those spear side airs. That is going to be it right there. Just simple options. No reason to go anything complex. Space him out, and that gets him on the board.
The lead is heavily favoring the red team. Phazon super damaged, Snowy super damaged, and now Pugsy, man, despite grabbing that super early KO, very damaged on a very low defense legend. Nice side sig coming out. Snowy is also going to fall off of that. Pugsy fighting essentially the 1v3 for just a moment, and that might be all the time that they needed to clutch this one out. They were able to take out Pugsy. They have Phazon on the edge. They're putting the punishment on Snowy.
That was one of the few times today we've seen a really good 3v1 off stage to force a knockout. And Phazon did everything he could to save, but Java has just been so strong in this first game. Even with that poor performance from Luna at the start, it doesn't matter. Cody and Java have just been impossible to hit, and their team combos have been amazing so far.
Dude, Java's down air to take away that stock from Snowy was just so nice. It was truly so clean. He didn't wait for like the end of the signature to happen where like you know where your opponent is going to be. You have plenty of time to react to it. No, he sniped it halfway through that arc of the neutral signature to grab that KO. And Cody going over to the Diana pick, the bow, you know, it was working. The blasters, of course, it was working as well.
And 555 damage to boot on that. Both the other team at 3 and 4, I think, in it. But the fact that Luna was able to slow down the bleeding, got hit quite a bit at the start of that match. I thought things were going to go very heavily in favor of Blue's team if you're slowing down Luna like that. But this is what we were talking about before the match started. Cody, at the beginning of the day, pretty slow to start. Cody now, exactly why we were so scared of the potential strength that this team has.
Now, one thing that kind of shocked me at the end of last game was I ended up seeing the blue team losing that one, and I was sad for a moment, and that's because I'm a Pugsy fan till the day I freaking die. But I have Luna, Cody, Travis, and Java coming out in first place, so I don't.
It's like,
I don't really know. I don't really know why I was so conflicted because this is working for the prediction so far. They take that first game. I'm loving this Java Hattori, man. I hope that makes its way more into 1s and 2s now that Bodvar is not quite as viable of a pick as it was previously.
Currently, it's going to take a trip outside of the screen, but you're right. I mean,
nice.
It worked before, but great coverage right there from the D-like ground pound from Luna, answering back on what Pugsy did to him earlier. Put that boy down. He's on your team. Cody getting caught in the middle of the string there, but still, like you said, Java's Hattori has been looking amazing every single game we see it.
That first interruption was super clutch, though, because Phazon was about to go to work. He got the dodge read and was about to take his opponent into the sky. Even though there was a little bit of team damage that came out from Java towards the end of that, the first interruption was super clutch. Dude, what is going on? What happened to Java? We're a minute 20 into the game, and he's on final stock.
We don't need to question it. Most of it actually was Phazon just out. Like, honestly, his spear gameplay has just been better here in game number 2. Separating both of them, putting them deep off stage. We talked about one thing that does come from Hattori is the low defense legend. And although Pugsy was suffering from that a little bit earlier, actually, okay, good save from Phazon to at least send Snowy back up to keep that third stock going. But Snowy is the full stock tank at the moment.
Oh, that neutral signature ended up actually hitting Java, sending him below the soft platform, putting him in a little bit of a rough spot. There was no one there to really capitalize on it, and he's pretty healthy on this final stock. Pugsy's going to meet him there as well. Snowy finally losing his first. This is in the favor of the blue team, but not too far, depending how much damage they can add up on the 2 stock havers.
Red team get an amazing combo right there, at least 4 hits along the way to get some damage up, but it wasn't enough to push them into the red, just enough into the orange. So they're doing better. But Luna's inability to kind of avoid getting caught in the center, that's been a big problem for him so far. Because earlier, he was one of the people who was impossible to hit on the Onyx. More of late on the Val, he's been getting caught a lot, like whenever he tries to gang up with everyone. And there goes another one. Pugsy closing it out, a double
okay,
KO.
Pugsy. Making sure he has an impact in this game before he possibly gets taken out. But Java is going to be the first one to lose all 3 stocks. Luna and Cody now on their final stocks here, as the lead is massively in the blue team's favor. I feel like I said it was in red team's favor, and then literally nothing changed for the blue team. They just took everything away from red.
Yeah, now, I mean, 2 stocks did fall, and Snowy's not that far off. So you have the opportunity here, and if you wanted people to be able to make this happen, you got Luna and Cody Travis. So this is definitely what you'd like to hope to have in this spot, but their main primary target needs, of course, to be Snowy, which see if they can take advantage of that, maybe bait Phazon to come in a little bit more to get that damage on.
That was good damage the red team found onto Phazon. You see those side airs sending Snowy flying. He's so damaged that even if a hit happens and he doesn't get KO'd, he's just immediately separated from Phazon, who doesn't necessarily have the actual movement speed to make it all the way to the other side of the stage, especially when we're looking at how big Blackguard is.
Yeah, and Phazon's taking a lot of damage. Finally, the neutral lights take out Snowy, and here comes the side air. He catches him in the skies. Cody is going to get him, dominating still at the moment. Now for Snowy, I mean, it's not undoable. This is actually the best case scenario you could have asked for 2v1 with how damaged they both are.
So the question is, what kind of combo potential have Cody and Luna specifically practiced with these legend comp right here? Cody has the blasters, so he has the same opportunities other than signatures that he does with Barraza, but even he likes to end a lot of stuff with the neutral signature on blasters. Similar neutral signature here, going to send in the same direction. Question is, have these 2 players specifically practiced something with each other with Luna's sword on this Val pick compared to the other legends we normally see Luna play?
We might not never get to see it if Luna keeps getting caught by these side airs off stage. He's going to get a side air himself. They'll go for the ground pound. Snowy's going to see through, gets caught, and Snowy is not going to... Actually sent him back up, so he's forced to go for the wall touch himself. Snowy gets to live for a little bit longer, but they got a lot of damage on him in the midst of all that.
Oh, Snowy. Oh, what a toss from Luna. I was going to say Snowy the luckiest person in the world because that weapon spawn came in all the way on the left side of that platform, but what a toss that came out from Luna.
Yeah, that actually stalling him a bit longer. He does, however, sneak through, gets those gauntlets, weapon toss coming in. You already know the Snowy special. Going for another one, though.
Yeah.
That actually a little surprising. Side air will be enough, though. That's going to take him out on the left. You were talking about the combos before. Most of what I saw throughout that set was a lot of Luna setting up an air and Cody finishing it with a side air. You needed bigger combos, of course, in that spot because he was at the white. He had absolutely no damage on him. It ended up coming from Snowy occasionally getting Luna to go and try and get him, and Cody punishing him enough times for it that they were able to get him. That could have gone very poorly, though, if Luna did fall to one of those side airs off the bottom of the right side soft platform.
Nice. You see Luna dodge towards the stage and then think, okay, there's a possibility that we don't actually fully get the KO here. So you see the instant turnaround into the weapon toss to finish things off. Didn't actually need it in the long run, but still the thought was there and it was a good thought to have. But Cody was a demon last game. Picked up 5 KOs and, of course, did 666 damage. Big work from Cody coming in with this Diana pick.
Well, we've known him for quite some time. Even in 2s, those are numbers we could see him put out quite a bit. So here, this is the Cody we've expected for a while. And that game too is after you pointed out very early that the blue team had a massive lead to start. They actually couldn't finish their food. Most of that was from Pugsy falling really early 2 times in a row.
At least the damage this game is even all across the board. We'll see if Pugsy ends up falling early again. It's actually Java again, who was the first player last game to be totally taken out, to lose all 3 stocks. Luna is going to fall. 2 stocks now unanswered, though everyone on blue is heavily damaged. We're seeing Phazon with the bow in his hand. Of course, Cody with those blasters doing so well. His blasters play. We gush about it all the time, and like, there's truly a reason that we do that. We cannot overstate it enough.
I mean, honestly, I actually liked Phazon went back to the spear too, but meanwhile on the left-hand side, Pugsy is going to fall, and so is Snowy, and Phazon can join that very shortly because he's getting pressured heavily. However, Pugsy, you cannot fall right there. Good stuff stopping Luna, but you cannot let Luna go for like a full dive play. Actually, wait a minute. I didn't realize Luna is so low too. Luna's currently deep in the red on his second stock already.
And he's like not being careful whatsoever. Like, you saw how close he was playing to the left side of that soft platform. He wanted the KO so bad. He was so thirsty for it. And Phazon was there so many different times to shut it down. He didn't actually get the KO. That was that Val defense holding on for Luna. But still, Phazon had so many interruptions over there, helping out his teammates who were in danger.
Well, the turns have tabled once again here for the blue team. They have the most comfortable lead they've had so far. You have Snowy pretty damaged, but I think Snowy has already proven the fact that he can survive for a long time. He's suffering around center right now, dodging around the neutral lights from Luna, not really getting caught. But Pugsy, on the other hand, is decently damaged. So they need to maybe go for a double up on Luna again.
Oh, he was going in for the neutral signature, but Phazon again, dude. The signature interrupter, the KO interrupter. Phazon just saving his teammates like the good doctor that he is.
He needs to get that going. He needs a better prescription right now, because now all of a sudden this actually looks a bit better for the red team. They have taken well, they're starting to take some now, but they took minimal damage on those last stocks of Java and Luna. We talked about how quickly Java's stocks have fallen. He's been very solid on defense here in this last one.
I swear, like, what is it with being the red team here and being a second half team? Because, like, the second half, they'll just really start to bring things back. It is still more or less in the lead of blue because, well, definitely now because Luna's taken out of the game. Java might be right behind him. But still, the ability of red to be a second half team, even when things are looking a little bit rough, is impressive.
I think it's just the strength of the core that they have up there.
Cody.
These are champions. And Cody almost lining up a perfect down air for Java, but he just missed out.
That is, all of these players are tournament winners.
Yeah.
Correct?
I think so. Let's
like,
see.
Java's the only question I have, and, like, he's won one, right? Surely he has.
That's the F.
He has to have. I'm going to look it up while you keep talking.
Yeah, you did a computer thing. Right now, blue team looking like they could finally strike gold for at least one here. It is Cody Travis, who is the healthiest person on the screen. There's not many people I would pinpoint in the world who could possibly pull something like this off. Cody definitely in that category, and definitely not in the luck category, though, as the weapon spawn goes into center. He needs it to spawn over on the right pretty soon so he can go fight, but there it goes on the top platform again. So, yeah, they can kind of wait this out for the 4 minutes until Cody decides to move forward.
Yeah, Cody just chilling. He's going to be the more patient one here. He should be the more patient one here, hoping that, like, Snowy is going to get impatient and go out there and try to contest him, and then he can get, like, a D-light side air, even though he's without a weapon. Oh, this is this is going to be rough, because Pugsy is going to keep juggling these weapons. That is going to completely prevent a weapon spawn from coming in that could possibly go to Cody Travis. So this is just really smart, tactical, calculated play.
Yeah, that's actually the answer that they ended up needing, because now Cody, he can't wait. Well, there's zero reason for Pugsy to ever break from being over on that left platform. He's the most damaged one. So you need to just need to hover. You have a 2v1 essentially right there, and he's got to fight this whole match unarmed, and Cody's just chilling.
You see Cody moving a little bit more. I don't think this isn't him being impatient. This is him hoping that, like, Snowy is going to push over a little bit towards him, and he can get maybe force a cheeky edge guard, or maybe force Snowy over to the right side on that soft platform. There's Snowy. You're going to see him go in and then immediately go back.
Yeah, for Cody too, it's like this whole game of cat and mouse is quite literally the only win con you have. As Snowy does in fact go off, now he has him on the platform and Phazon just hovering just quickly enough to make sure he can save him if he needs to. And he tries to go towards center, and here's Cody getting it away. Does he finally stop the juggle? He does. Okay, he finally stops the juggle, and now all of a sudden Pugsy's unarmed, but he does get the weapon back instantly, and now they have the 3 positional advantage over on the side, and it finally spawns on the other side.
Cody is not being blessed by the weapon spawn lords. Odin is not helping Cody out whatsoever. Pugsy is so happy, as the one most damaged in this game, to be as far away from Cody as possible, to do this weapon juggling while the 1v2 or the 2v1 happens. Snowy able to go completely under. That was like the weakest punish I've ever seen. Snowy, you could have hit any signature there. You had so much time to go for. Even a minimum charge signature might have led to the KO there. I believe blue team's still going to be able to clutch this one out. Like, a lot of things would have to go wrong for them and go right for Cody.
Yeah.
There, off of the bounce from the down air, Phazon grabs the recovery.
That's one of those literal best case only scenarios where Cody walks away. Because if Cody was able to get a weapon spawn over on his side, maybe not as unachievable as that situation seemed. But the fact that he never got an opportunity to get one, yeah, you're never going to get them to move. They have zero reason to move off that center platform. You can't bait them to move over there, especially at this point. They understand, look, this is what you got. We are facing elimination. We have a guaranteed W here. You got to come to us. We'll wait out these 4 minutes. We still got more games to play.
Yep, most everybody did exactly what they should.
Yep.
That game. Right there, Cody needs to be the one stalling off stage, trying to make the other team impatient and hasty and make mistakes. The other team needs to make Cody be the impatient one. You saw the immediate move over from Pugsy start juggling those weapons, keeping him at the weapon disadvantage. Really smart tactical play. It's not the flashiest thing. It's not the most fun thing to watch, but if you're a player, that's the decision you should be making.
If there is another W in the win column, that's what matters. You get make sure you stay in the winner's side and continue to hold on to that bracket. But now we got game number 4. We're going to see. That was a good amount of time for the red team to think about what happened, as Cody took a bit of time to try and keep something in the game.
Yeah, you're right. That gave them plenty of time to think and talk. Because, I mean, even Cody could take part in that because he was just standing there. Didn't really have to worry about thinking and focusing, at least for those moments, while nothing was happening. So, yeah, that was actually a really smart moment in addition to, like, for future games as well.
Yeah, let's see if that will change their fortune here. Snowy taking minimal damage. Meanwhile, Luna over on the side once again getting poor stop stage. Now, that is when things start going awry. We've said it with 1s, we've said it with 2s. When Pugsy starts finding sword neutral sigs regularly, you are in for trouble. As Luna finds his way off stage, right on cue, so does Java. That has kind of been a theme for these past few matches.
Now, Snowy is living. He's living large. He is living in charge right now. He's in the yellow, in the middle of the stage, very healthy, far from those blast zones. He's putting out damage. He's in a spot to follow up off of his teammates. He must be feeling so good right now.
I think that's the best way to play. Snowy has been exactly what they've needed him to be. Control center, close out stocks, let Phazon do exactly what he's doing. As he goes deep off stage to come for the GC sidelight there, but does not line up. Doesn't matter, though. The damage on Luna has been a theme of an issue for the red team the past 2 games. Meanwhile, Phazon took for a long time a very deep barbecued red right there before finally falling.
Same thing has been going on with this set with Java as well. He was the first person taken out previously. That might be the case here, but man, you're right. Luna's taking so much damage. He's now at the weapon disadvantage. The only spawn is in the middle of the stage, in the middle of 3 blue team members. Snowy doing his best to like act as a wall to prevent Luna from coming back in.
Like, Snowy, like, he made the Luna's accessibility to that game for his teammate completely irrelevant for 20 seconds. Like, there was nothing Luna could do to get by Snowy when the weapon finally spawned. Instantly knocked him out with the neutral lights, and he's still holding on to his 3rd stock.
Snowy was the bouncer, and Luna was the one trying to get into the club, but he is completely not dripped out whatsoever. Did not let him come in. He thought he could make a move for the door when that weapon spawn came in. No, sir.
Like, Akuma,
in comes Gauntlet, in light, you're gone.
Akuma, you've been wearing the same exact fit for the past, like, 30 years, bro.
Change
Get out
your
of here.
gi,
Put
dog.
some shoes on, bro.
Doing?
Why are you barefoot in the club? and that's why he has no feet to stand on right now, because he has no stocks at all. He is already out of the game. Java soon to follow. We could be seeing, I mean, Matt could be seeing, let's make this very real. There's going to be a Game 5 right around the corner because the blue team has been dominating.
Oh, recovery, KOing off the top. Even though it picked up on the side, technically below the stage. That was huge. Luna's out of the game. 5 stocks for the blue team compared to the 2 on red. Phazon just kind of standing in middle of the stage. Doesn't even really need to rotate over, at least right now, because what a follow-up from blue. Meanwhile, Snowy just doing work on the Java, taking him out.
He barely even did anything to him either. That's the crazy part. Snowy did what you needed to do. Separate Java. You can't go help Cody now, who was getting juggled repeatedly by those team combos in center. And that's it. Like, Snowy just positionally advantage controlled Java to the point where he literally couldn't do anything to him. Like, he couldn't save him. He couldn't reach him. He had better range because of Gauntlet side air if he tried to go to that soft platform. Like, there was nothing that could work. And that was, I'm chalking that victory up, a bunch of that to Snowy, but also Phazon's ability to constantly set up team combos.
Definitely. Snowy was really kind of the MVP last game. Not that everyone else did worse, but just Snowy did that much better than everyone else. Picked up 5 KOs. He also did 598 damage, by far the most in the entire game. So Snowy was doing work last game for sure.
Well, beginning of top 4 winners finals to get that comfy seat in Grands, we already have a Game 5, and I just saw you throw a Poggers out. Would you like to let the chat know why?
Cody's changing characters. And it is to one of my favorite characters in the entire game, and that is Lord of Rex. So he's bringing in the Lance, which has been an absolute nightmare for everybody going up against that weapon. The only way anyone dealt with it in North America really was to just completely bully Kosalix out of the game.
The only answer.
We'll see if that is the game plan here against Cody Travis, because he's going to be coming in with a lower defense legend. He is in the defense stance, which is the smart thing to do here, even though it lowers your strength to 3, which is rough.
Doesn't matter that much in 3s because you have your other teammates to line up those knockouts. And I hear on Great Hall as well actually makes some sense, because for one, you still have the Blasters online. Though the Blasters have been working just fine for you. Got your team combo lineups. But that Lance, like you said, that stage control that has been so good throughout all of 3s makes a lot of sense here with this switch.
Now, one thing that doesn't really help them here is it's Cody and Java on the same team. Now, me coming from the experience of beating Java in a money match with Lord Brax, it would be nice for Cody if Java was on the other team. Java might actually fall here and all the way down on the wall. Cody's there to throw out some neutralites, zoning out Snowy, but Java might be the first one taken out of this game, but it also could be Luna. Yet again, same story for the red team. First one is Java. Luna might be coming out here shortly. Phazon is going to disengage and then throws out the signature right over the corner. Those ice crystals can be right there. Go a little bit too high on the wall. Your hurt box creeps into that area. You're done.
Cody's not the one who needed to switch. It was actually not Cody at all. Luna and Java have had no answers so far to not getting knocked out first. Now, they did put a lot of damage on, though, so they could mitigate the damage problem here pretty quick by finding not one. Can they find the next ones? They haven't. They had man advantage, but the immediate escape from Phazon to say, I'm going to go to the wall and wait for Snowy to come back, and then I'll get back in there.
Yeah, just the character swap that hasn't come through for Luna. When we know there are other options in his stable of viable legend picks.
Onyx looked good earlier.
Yeah, him sticking with this Val is an interesting choice. I don't know if he wants to just like ride this set out, ride or die with the Akuma pick, and then if you lose, you end up going down into the elimination bracket. Then you change. Yep. So I don't really know, but I would hope that maybe a legend swap ends up coming in later.
I mean, we did say, you know, Val is definitely one of the biggest options you should have on each one of your teams here. So deciding to hold that part down, interesting. But hasn't really succeeded the way you're looking for. I've been waiting to see that big gauntlet play. Well, actually, okay, I'm going to retract my previous statement because we've now seen 2 knockouts in a row for Luna on the most dangerous target, which has been Snowy.
And it's 3 knockouts on this second stock, as you heard from the announcer that he is dominating. So Luna really turning things around kind of last second here in the Game 5 while he's in the red on his second stock. Java, he's on his final stock, but so is Snowy.
Yeah, and they are both relatively damaged, but like you said, getting 3 out of the second stock, Luna is making it work, but that should be enough right there. That's going to take him out off the top. Phazon looking to pressure Java too, who gets sent the other way, and instantly, who's there to try and go help him out is Pugsy, but luckily Cody got in the way. This is a big play for Java.
Okay, good spike from Cody there, hitting the down air. Cody needed to find a KO move.
Yeah.
And he was not finding them for a very long time. He was poking Pugsy back and forth with a sidelight while Pugsy was already super red. Any of that damage you add up, that's not really doing anything for you at this point. So he needed to find a KO move. He did with the down air, spiking straight down. Cody, all of a sudden the only person still on their second stock. That swap seems to be working out, whether it was that, whether it was just a mental change from the game plan, or whether it was going to Great Hall.
Like we said before, you know, you were alluding to it. It is going to be a little bit rougher for Cody to find those knockouts comparison to earlier, but he finding that leading into not just his knockout, but also Java finding that knockout at the bottom two mattered so much because now it is one stock apiece. Game number 5, winners finals. Pugsy exits the building first. Phazon is already pretty damaged, close to exiting as well. Just a free opportunity to go right after Snowy, and they're pushing Snowy already into the red.
And this is that moment that we talk about. When someone is so damaged, even if a side air doesn't knock them out, it completely splits Phazon off so they can go after Snowy and add that damage. They hit Snowy, that completely splits him off, and they're able to take that game.
So close to trying to help Snowy survive there. Was Phazon with that weapon toss on the bottom of the screen. Did not matter though because Luna got through to him first. And even after, at the very beginning of the game, once again, Java and Luna fell so quick. They did not let that get away from them. There's that weapon toss at the end like I was just talking about, trying to help him. Instead, just missed, caught Snowy in the miss.